Hi everyone, it's Heidi with DIY Dreaming, and I am coming live to you from my kitchen table today because I cannot get into my craft room to do it in there, and everything is out in the formal living room. We've been having our floors redone. So on this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make the cutest Christmas banner that says joy, and I'm going to show you how you can make another really cute Christmassy banner that says peace on earth, goodwill to men, and we're going to fluff it a little bit, and then we're going to use this joy on another piece of canvas with this teal colored blue for my craft room, because I think J-O-Y is an all year long word, although most people associate it with Christmas. It's a great word. And so that's what we're gonna do. As you're hopping on, say hi to me. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions. And of course, feel free to sprinkle. Okay, I'm just looking to see if I can find myself. Here I am. And I'm gonna pin a comment. We're using today some stencils that are from Maker Studio. Well, it's just actually one stencil, but there's two different pieces to it, and there we go. And it's a great, great stencil. So it comes like this, joy on one side, and then peace on earth, goodwill to men, which I cut it in half because I used half of it over here on my, this little cute little blackboard that I have when you come in from the garage. So let's talk about this one first, and then we'll talk about joy, and we'll do, we'll actually do the teal colored project. Okay, so this is Painter's Drop Cloth. Tell me if you are new to DIY Dreaming, because if you're an old timer, then you know how much I love using Painter's Drop Cloth. Let me give you the lowdown on this. This is from, I think mine is from Home Depot. It's Everbilt brand, E-V-E-R-B-I-L-T brand. It does not have a plastic backing, and it's, when you get it at the hardware store, it's going to be stiff. So what I tell people to do is wash it twice and dry it twice, and use a fabric softener and some softener sheets if you want, and it gets soft, and it's just so awesome to work with. And it's also really nice to get a fray. So I just took my piece of drop cloth and I pulled the strings to get the fray going on every edge. And then you also know, if you've been around very long, you know how much I love using Painter's stir sticks, also from Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart. You can get or Amazon, you can get these everywhere. These are the smaller ones, the 1 gallon size. And all I did to give my little banner here some stability is I hot glued it, and then I folded over the top. Okay, so then I used black gel art ink and a spreader, which I'll show you how you do that when we do our joy one. And I just pushed it through the holes on the stencil. It's been a couple hours since I did that, so it's completely dry and safe to work with. And this is the look I love right now. This real neutral, soft with black, classic. This is a beautiful stencil that I know I'll use a million times over. So what I was thinking to do with this, and I don't have access to my craft room. I can't go in there because they just painted the last coat of whatever they put over the top of hardwood floors. And so it won't be safe to enter that room until tomorrow morning. But what I plan to do is take a thin piece of just gingham ribbon, and I'll hot glue it on the back so it'll look something like this. And then I made one of those crisscross bows which I'll do a live to show you guys how to do that. But if you follow other crafters, you'll see a lot of other people do this crisscross bow. So it's just a couple pieces of gray ribbon. Because I had that handy, I could actually get to it. It wasn't trapped in my craft room. Some gingham fabric, and then some of this little black rickrack. So I'm just gonna very roughly trim this off so that you can see. Before I put it on, I'll do all those cute little edges. And I'll fluff it out. And I was thinking to just put it on one of the corners. I could even do bling, but I think that's too much. I think this stencil here has got plenty going on. So what do you guys think about this so far? I just think it's beautiful. Okay, so that was the first project that I wanted to show you, you know, to the best of my abilities since I can't get into my craft room. The next one I want to show you is this. And this, I used that canvas fabric that I purchased off of a bolt at Walmart. It's just plain cream colored canvas, nothing fancy about it. I did iron it though, so it looks a lot better. And then I used this Joy stencil, which I love as much as I love the Peace on Earth Goodwill to Min. And this is all on one sheet of a stencil, so it's a really good deal. 2 awesome stencils that you can use all or part. And if you want, you can go horizontal just by cutting your stencil and doing J and then O and then Y. Or you can do vertical. Okay, so I just laid this on my piece of canvas fabric and used the red gel art ink from Maker Studio. Everything I'm using today is from Maker Studio, and it's all, I put a link right here at the bottom of the page. Well, that's the link to Peace on Earth and Joy stencil, but from there you can go look at all the rest of their stencils. They have some great ones. They're gel art inks, etching cream, gold leaf, whatever you want to look at. So I just did that. I frayed the edges, and I'm planning to use, when I can access my craft room, one of those extra or jumbo craft sticks that look like the popsicle sticks, but they're bigger. And I'm planning to just mount that behind this and then do some, I've got tons of great red ribbon. So I'll do something like that. I'm not going to add any other embellishments to this though, because I just think it's awesome. And if you have been following DIY Dreaming for a while, you know that I love to make banners. I love to make fabric signs. They're so easy to use in your house. You can just use one of those command strip hooks in clear, and you can put banners on the back of every door. They weigh nothing. You could also send these in the mail, easy, by just folding them up and sticking them in an envelope. And they cost almost nothing. I bought a whole yard of this canvas fabric for around $5, and I've done a ton of projects with it. So that's that one. Okay, now let's get to do an actual project, and I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts are on this stencil Joy. So I thought to go with the colors that I'm going to have eventually in my craft room, which are going to be blues and greens and chartreuse and I don't know, maybe a little coral, I'm not sure, that I would use this gel art ink from Maker Studio. It's called Hey Y'all. This is an awesome color. This is one of my favorite colors that they have. And let's see, what's the top and the bottom? Okay, so before I came live, I just pulled the strings. Do you guys want me to show you how to do that? I'm sure you know, but let's see. I have to put my glasses on. And then I trimmed up the edges just a little bit. Let's pull from this side. Assuming I can get a hold of it. Okay, so this is all I did. Is you just get a string and you just pull it out. And that makes your fringe bigger. And you can go as big or as little as you want. But this is, just such an awesome stencil that I don't think you want to have a gigantic fringe. You don't want to have a lot of other stuff competing with this stencil, I don't think. So for this one, also still in my craft room, I'm thinking about using one of those 12-inch wood dowels, and then probably just some very basic, do I have it here? You know, jute. This is that polished hemp that I love from Walmart. So I'll probably use something like that. I might add a couple of natural colored wood beads. I don't know, I'm gonna have to see. But that's what I'm thinking. And those steps will have to wait till after tomorrow when I can get into my craft room to do something about it. So this canvas is pretty sturdy. The gel art ink that we'll be using is not going to go through it. But if you were using something that was a real loose weave, like a tea towel or some burlap or something like that, like a thinner t-shirt, then you should definitely put some paper towels or cardboard or something underneath your stencil so that you're not stenciling your surface at the same time. Oh, I got a hair on this. One of my own. So I'm just gonna lay my stencil on here, and I wanna leave lots of room at the top because I'm not for sure how I'm gonna hang it. So let me put this down. I hope you guys can hear okay. I am doing the up and down recording because that seems to work better, and I hope my head isn't cut off, but I don't know what's going on. So anyways, what we're gonna do is just take our stencil off the backing, and of course I labeled it with a Sharpie before I took it off the first time. And I'm gonna kind of eyeball this. It needs to go just a hair. You know what? I'm gonna hop up and grab a ruler from this desk over here. Because I want it to be decently centered. I don't usually measure for my craft projects because I feel like that kind of stills some of the joy of doing them. Okay, so it's a little bit over 2. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, and these gray stencils from Maker Studio don't need to be fuzzed or anything, so please don't do that. And I'm just burnishing it down with my hands onto the canvas. These are adhesive. They're mesh, so they're detailed. They have a little bit of a stretch to them. You can wash them and use them over and over and over again. And when you're using them with gel art ink, it's easy to get this stuff off of them, and they clean up really nice. So, okay, now I need a spreader. These are also from Maker Studio, and if you're just hopping on, I put a link at the bottom of the page to the stencil set that has the Peace on Earth and then the Joy. But you could hop over to look at the spreaders. They're like 50 cents a piece. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this beautiful color called Hey Y'all on my spreader. And I'm going to start at the top. This fabric, I really, to be honest with you guys, I like stenciling on this canvas better than I like stenciling on the painter's drop cloth. So the painter's drop cloth has its own look, and it's great too. But this just comes out crisper. Hopefully it'll do that today. Don't mess something up. And so you can see that I'm just pushing it firmly, but not too hard, through the holes on my stencil. And add a little more. Okay. see, we're just making a little progress here. This does not take long at all. There's no way in the world that I would be able to draw and paint something like this. Also, I wouldn't have, you know, I'm not good about coming up with original designs. I wouldn't be able to think about this, but I just love artistically the design of this, everything. It's a great stencil. And it might look like I'm loading it up multiple times, but I'm using hardly any of this. So I think I'm going to come this way. I am famous for telling you guys not to go outside of the lines of your stencil and then doing that myself. So I'm going to pay attention. Anyways, I'm so excited. Oh, darn it. If I didn't just do that. I'm so excited to move into the craft room, move back into it and clean out the clutter a little bit. Have hardwood floors instead of carpet in there. For one thing, it was always hard for me to push my chair around on the top of carpet. Another thing is, you know, I'm a messy crafter. I say that all the time. I had many, many blobs of different mediums in the beige carpet that we had in there, and it just was looking horrible. So I will be so excited. And I ordered a new desk. Well, it's called a craft desk. I ordered it through Amazon. And what it is, I can't wait to show you guys. It is like, it's bar height, and it's deeper than the desk that I have now. So I'm hoping that I can do this kind of thing where I just have my tripod propped up on the actual table, and then it has all this storage, and it's 60 inches wide by 30 inches deep, and then it's like, I don't know, 38 inches high, something like that. And it's really cute. It's white. So I don't know. I'm gonna get some new lighting, and I just really want to step things up for you guys with the quality of my videos, and I'm excited. So tomorrow morning is when I get to do that. I'm sorry I'm not responding to your comments. I cannot do this and look at the comments at the same time. And I don't want to mess it up any more than I already have. Do it with the rest of this. No, I need just a little bit more. Now I'm going to show you this peeking thing that I do to decide if there's an area that needs more ink. Okay, and I'm just cleaning off the really thick blobs. All right, so what I like to do is just lift up one of the corners and start looking underneath. Oh, it looks so good. Ooh, I see a spot. Well, dang, I see another spot. Maybe I was moving too slow, and my stencil is lifting up a little bit of this gel ink. This is so cute. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to doll it up, although I know I'll do something. And it's going to go in my craft room. Okay, now I need a little bit more. Okay, where was that spot? Right here. I'm not being completely persnickety. I just want this to look good because I know I'm going to be living with it. It's mostly on the letters where the stencil detail is really fine. Oh, I almost dropped that. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Okay, excuse me for 1 minute while I run over to my kitchen sink. I'm just gonna throw this in there and do one quick little spray of water. I love this stencil, and I want to be able to use it many, many, many times over and over and over. Okay. If I was in my craft room, I would have a little tub of water right next to me that I could plunk my stencil face down in, but since we're not in there, we're out here. I needed to take it too. What do you guys think? Isn't that so cute? I just absolutely love this stencil, and I love this color on this creamy canvas. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys today. I hope you liked this tutorial. So when you're gonna use, let's talk about this real quick. If you're gonna use painter's drop cloth, I like the brand that's called Everbuilt. It's from Home Depot. It's not expensive. It's not the kind that has a plastic backing. You cannot wash that. So I will wash on hot, dry, wash on hot, dry before I cut it or rip it. If you cut it or rip it and then put it in the washing machine, it's gonna have a bazillion threads everywhere. So I wash and dry it twice, and then I fold it up. You know, I don't wad it up or else it'll have a whole bunch of crumples in it. And then as I'm going along, I like to just sort of rip pieces off. And here was the example that I just showed you of a banner that I'm working on. It's gonna have some little decorations on it. Not sure exactly what, and I'm gonna hang it with this. But this is painter's drop cloth. And when you do that, when you wash and dry, it's super soft. Okay, this one right here that I also did before I came live with the Christmassy color of this beautiful red, which I think is called Bless His Heart. Did I do the same thing with the canvas? The canvas, okay, so you guys, I did not wash the canvas before I did anything with it because it was soft already and there was absolutely no need to. So I did not wash the canvas. I did wash the drop cloth 2 times. And the point of that was just to get it nice and soft to be able to work with it. So this is just some red gel art ink on that Joy stencil. And when I can get in my craft room, I'm gonna, whoops, I have it upside down. You're probably wondering, what in the world? I'm going to do some kind of something fun as a way to hang it. I think I'm gonna use one of those 12-inch wood dowels. So that was the one that I showed you. And then this is the one that we just did that's gonna be for my office. You know what? I have an idea. I might use some more of this canvas that I'll fray the edges like this as a string to hold it, a thin strip. And then I might do some little really small doodaddy, maybe even teeny tiny rolled rosettes along where the dowel is. I don't know. These things just have to evolve. When I start a craft project, I don't know if you're like me, I don't always know where I'm going. I don't always have something specific in mind. And honestly, I think it's better not to be too locked down on what you want your project to be, because then you're not open to the creative juices that come to you as you're going along. And also, if it doesn't turn out exactly like you wanted it, then you're not going to be happy. Okay, this is where I fringed it on the sides and on the bottom. Can you see that? I really love that look. I did it with the drop cloth and with this one too. It's fringed all the way around. So let's see. I don't know if I have any other questions. When I get off here, Oh, I know I have a couple things else to tell you. When I hop off here, I'm going to answer all your comments. So if you want any specific links to anything, just let me know and I'd be glad to grab those for you. It doesn't take me any time at all. Tomorrow is Thursday, and assuming that I can reasonably get back into my craft room, we're gonna do folded Christmas tree books with stencils and glitter. And we're also gonna be making the tree topper that I have on my tree. I'm gonna show you that process. It's super easy. I built it on a paper plate. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So if you haven't already liked and followed DIY Dreaming, and if you haven't engaged with me, but you want to see that stuff tomorrow, you should do that now. And you can engage by saying something, you know, do I use the Icon Art products anymore? Yes, I sure do. I just haven't in a while. But I have some ideas, so I'll probably try to get it out next week. What was I saying? Oh, so how can you engage with me to make sure that you are served from Facebook? My videos tomorrow where we're doing the folded Christmas tree books and the tree topper out of ruled music or dictionary pages or whatever kind of paper you want. You can either do one of these hearts or thumbs up, the little things to the side, or you can say something. It doesn't even have to make sense. You could write gobbledygook or abracadabra or Merry Christmas or anything. But that is the kind of stuff that Facebook, I'm just learning this stuff, that Facebook looks at to see, they're trying to judge, do you want to see what I'm doing? And that's how they gauge that. And then if they determine that you want to see the stuff that we're doing here at DIY Dreaming, because you're engaging and you've liked and followed this page, then they'll keep serving it to you. So there you go. There's a little lesson in stenciling, a lesson in painter's drop cloth, and a lesson in Facebook. Anyways, look at all, well, I don't know if you guys can see from your side, but there's a ton of hearts going up. So I'm super, super, super excited about the projects tomorrow. I have 2 hard-covered red. The outside is red from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to show you the process of how you just fold them in. And then we'll do the glitter and we'll do stencils. And I did this project last year too, and it was super duper cute. So let's see, are you guys saying anything else? You will be interested to see them totally finish. You want to watch to see tomorrow. Yay, it's going to be fun. Oh, and Wendy says she ordered her first stencil and ink. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So if you are going to order from Maker Studio, I would love it if you would use my link right here, because I make a small percent of everything that comes into that company through my link. And that is how I keep on crafting. That's, you know, that is how I get my hair done. All those important, super important. I mean, it does a lot of other stuff too, but anyways, okie dokie. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. When I have these finished, I will put, it won't be until tomorrow. I will put pictures of them here in these comments. And by the way, there is a link to my affiliate link. It's at the bottom of the page. So I'll put pictures here, and then I will also put them just on the plain DIY Dreaming Facebook page. Okay. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for fun. Fun, 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 fun. All right.